Good morning, Mystic Village. Good morning, Village. How are you? How are you? Hold on. Making sure my stream is good. 18 days till Christmas. Oh my God, Christmas. Last time I was on here was 5 days ago. 10/4. Wow, really? Merry Christmas. Let's see. Hi, Sandy. You're finishing up another painting. Awesome. What's your portrait of? I'm all bundled up because it's super duper cold. It's 33 degrees. I have a fire going in the wood stove, and that's my only source of heat, so I'm cold. I'm all bundled up. I look a hot mess. Okay, it's my winter look. A couple walking a pathway through a park forest. Cool. That's romantic. How romantic. I like that. I do. Sandy, there's a lot of artists on Instagram. If you have Instagram, you can make an Instagram account and post your pictures of your paintings. There's a lot of artists on Instagram. Uh, that's one way. You live vicariously through your paintings. I'm going to live vicariously through them too. I would love to take a walk through a forest with someone. I'd love to take a romantic walk, a romantic stroll through a forest with somebody. Wouldn't that be nice? When I was younger, I took a lot of walks with guys for some reason. When I was like a teenager, 18, 19, we always took walks together. Or you'd go somewhere and walk and talk, share your feelings, sharing your feelings. So I was going through Facebook today, and one of the true crime groups I follow, apparently there was a Delphi case update yesterday that was released, which I was like, huh? And of course, I'm obsessed now with Kathleen Moore's case. And I just learned this morning how to add hashtags to my videos. It's so easy too. I was like, wow, that was like super easy. A kindergarten student could have done it. It took me forever to figure out how to do it. Paint by numbers. I think paint by numbers has probably come a long way. It's come a long way since it did when we were kids. Hi, Malia. How's it going, Malia? Malia, you're in Florida. Kathleen Moore case. Is it on the news down there? It's just you and me here today. Well, now Malia's here. It's you, me, and Malia. Thank you to my mods. I love how some live chats are just us mods and me. Thank you to my mods. My voice sounds really deep this morning. My voice is deep. I felt like I was getting sick a couple of days ago. I feel better now. I can't draw a stick figure. I can doodle. Um, I used to be into drawing angels and eyes and stars and stuff like that. I can doodle, uh, but I'm not a great like sketch artist, or I'm not Monet or Picasso. It is good company. Good company. Not on news except the area. Her family is mad. The boyfriend has been called not a person of interest. Well, he was just arrested. He was arrested for murder. That came out. I saw that this morning, but it came out at some point yesterday. So he's been arrested, but they don't know their body, know where the body is. And apparently, the boyfriend, she's 34, he's 30. So she's a few years older than him. I'm not judging. I've always been older than my boyfriends. Anyway, um, he has a huge criminal history, like 10 felonies and going way back. He's had domestic violence charges before. I'm thinking, oh my God. Yeah, they released it at some point yesterday. So, because I did a reading on her yesterday morning, and I think it uploaded around 11 a.m. And then yesterday, the news released that the boyfriend was arrested. I don't know when it came out, but yeah, he was arrested facing a second-degree murder charge. So they found blood evidence enough to charge him with second-degree murder. So he has been arrested. And they had a press conference yesterday, which I watched this morning, and apparently he has a long criminal history. Yeah, so this just came out, I guess, yesterday evening. I don't know. I like younger men, not extremely younger, but you know. Me too, girl, but not to where I would get arrested or it would be like obscene. um, yeah, so he's been arrested. You've never dated anyone younger than me, but once in high school, he was the weightlifting champ. Wow. How much weight could he lift? I've only once dated someone who was older than me, and he was about a year older. I've always dated guys who are like younger than me, even if it's a few months younger. I've never dated anybody older than me. Not that I can recall. I don't know. My daughter's father, 7 years younger than me. I know I'm a tramp. She a big how. Anyway. Yes, Sandy, that's what I was thinking. If you ever meet a man, do a background check on him. It may cost you like $15, but do it. because he had a long criminal history, this guy, Colin Knapp, Knapp, like extensive to where I would be like, no thanks. And yeah, ladies, do a background check on the guy that you're meeting online, to someone that you're involved with. In this day and age, I think it's a good idea. And I'm not judging because I've dated guys who have criminal records, and I'm like, wow, what's up with this trend? Um, you were super hot, then still hot, but not super. Oh, please. You're gorgeous. Don't even say that. $1 for a week for a background check? Um, yeah, he had an extensive criminal history, and then you could say, well, what did she see in him? Love is blind. Many of us overlook the fact that somebody was arrested or had a criminal history or um, purely based on many factors, but it could also be based upon what he told her. And, you know, it's just, it's horrible. So there's no victim shaming with her. She chose this guy for whatever reasons. Apparently, they were on and off. I was reading that this morning, that they were on and off for like 4 to 5 years. And I don't know if she had kids. I keep seeing news titles that say Florida mom, so I don't know if she had children. You had a nap on your docket years ago in Tampa. It could have been him because uh, the press conference, if you look up the press conference for Kathleen Moore, apparently they were not. I don't know if he was living in the area that long where they are now, but he had been arrested previous in other parts of Florida. Sandy, you're always getting dudes. Online dating, I've tried to do it a few times and I have not had any success with it. None. $1 a week for a background check. Wow, really? Oh, they charge you $1 every week? So so apparently Colin was cooperating with authorities, uh, and then they found blood evidence on clothing, I think, that he threw in the dumpster at his job. But he's not telling authorities where her body is. Oh, Florida's open records? Wow. So it's really sad. Right before Christmas, her mom was on the news talking. I saw that on YouTube this morning. Her mother was on the news. Uh, she was going to, um, the news was stating she was a nurse. She wasn't a nurse. She was studying phlebotomy and was becoming a phlebotomy technician where they draw blood. And she was going to school, I think, and she was also working. Yeah, I'm old fashioned. I would rather meet someone in person the organic way than do online dating. Yeah. Oh, it's $30 or more per month after a week. Oh, I got you. Okay. I was going to say that's rather cheap for background check. I think a background check is smart. Yeah, so like West Virginia, you can go down to the courthouse and look up court records on the court computers. You can do that for free, but you have to actually go there. Um, or yeah, Googling. Good morning, Tim. Uh, the update of Delphi, apparently they're now claiming, and they've known this whole time, which I kind of think it's fluff just to keep the case relevant. But there was a fake social media profile that may be linked to the Delphi murder case. So apparently there was this fake social media profile that was going on around that time. And they were using a fake picture of like a young, white, clean looking type of male, like a model. And he was meeting teenage girls around that area. So now they're releasing that. I don't know what the relevancy is, but it's a social media profile. I guess they're asking the public if anybody knows who this person is. So why they're releasing this almost 5 years later is beyond me. Why didn't they do this 5 years ago? So it was a social media profile named Anthony underscore shots who used pictures of a male model and marketed himself as a wealthy man with sports cars in order to talk to girls, solicit nude images, and attempt to meet them. So I don't know if they're thinking that perhaps Abby and Liberty were talking to this person and maybe we're meeting up with him at the bridge area. But so police have identified the man in the images, but he isn't the suspect. So the male model that was used to create the account is a real person, but he has nothing to do with the account. So it was a fake account. So I guess they're thinking it could possibly, Sandy, yeah, be the guy that lured them in. Oh yeah, Gift of Fear is a good book. I've heard a lot about that book over the years. I've never read it, but it's apparently a really good book. Uh, I don't know. I don't think they've caught the guy. No. So they're releasing this information. So police are specifically interested in anyone who communicated with that account. Why didn't they release this 5 years ago? Well, nearly 5 years ago. Why are they waiting now? See, that shit just doesn't, that doesn't make any damn sense. Did they just discover this? Like it took them almost 5 years to discover this? Why are they releasing it now? Is that a calculated thing? I don't understand it. So Oh, that's awful, Sandy. Yikes. Yeah, Gift of Fear is supposed to be a really good book. Anyway, um, what's asleep? So, so Kathleen Moore went missing a week ago. Well, yesterday on November 29th. So that's relatively new. Uh, and then yesterday they also released the Delphi case update. I don't have your address, Sandy. I have your email. Or if you and Malia want to exchange emails. Yeah, they arrested him yesterday. Yeah, email me and then I'll send it to Sandy because I have both of your emails. I know in due time, I wouldn't put your email on here because it's public. Just email me and then I'll send it to I'll send it to Malia. Or I could do it right now actually because I have both of your emails. Anyway, let me multitask. Hold on. So, what was I going to say? Um, here's Sandy. Copy. Malia, I'm going to send it to you. I'm sending Malia your email, Sandy's email. All right, I just sent Malia. I just sent you Sandy's email. So yeah, the Knapp guy was apparently a career criminal. He had 10 felonies in the last 7 years. 10. He also had misdemeanors too. Uh, and she's been with him for four to five out of four to five of those years. So I'm sure she was aware that her boyfriend had arrest records, but I don't know. Some women just overlook that shit. They just think, well, he's a good guy and he's learned from his. I don't know, and I'm not victim blaming her at all. But uh, the message I think for women out there is a person's past will eventually dictate the person's future, and uh, a person's past, yeah, you can put things in the past and recover and never be like that again. But typically, someone like him that had this extensive criminal history, plus he had domestic violence charges before, if that doesn't tell you something, oh, good. You got, yeah. Uh, yeah. If you meet a man, and this has happened to me, and I'm just not saying men, this could be with women too. I don't care what your sexual preference is or what you're into, but if you meet someone and they've had a domestic violence protection order placed on them, or they've had domestic violence charges or assault charges in previous relationships, and you don't think that's not going to possibly happen to you one day, you're sadly mistaken because it will happen. It will happen. And the guy could tell you, "Oh, I barely touched her and she cried," whatever. You don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole story. And I've heard that personally, and I've also heard it from other people. "Oh, well, he told me that yes, he did hit her, but he was defending himself." Okay. How do you know this to be true? So, anyway, yeah. So I think there must have been red flags with this guy. They were off and on, so there must have been red flags, I'm sure. And of course, typically abusers do not go into a relationship automatically abusing the person because you're not going to stick around. They're very charming, very charismatic, very attentive, almost in an obsessed way with you. Uh, there's so many things. And so, we think, oh, wow, they really like me or love me. And, this love bombing. And the love bombing doesn't last forever. It could last a couple of months. It could last depending upon um, many things. But you know, she must have had incidents with him before. So it's this is another case of a domestic violence homicide, and it's very, very sad. And it's just really, really sad. And the trauma bond, the trauma bond that abuse victims form with their abuser is the hardest to break. And so when people are like, "Oh, well, you could have left, or why didn't you stay gone, or why didn't you just leave him?" And well, you've been talking about leaving him and all this stuff, and then people don't get it. It's just not like a light switch. Like a person can just turn it off and completely walk away from a person. You know? Yeah, she must have told her family about things. She probably had close friends that knew. There's always someone who knows what's really going on with somebody. Yeah, your gut instincts do know. Pay attention to your energy around a person. Do they make you feel nervous? Is there something about them you're not sure about? There's something that's off, but you're not quite sure what it is, even though they haven't displayed what is off about them. Listen to how they talk to other people. Listen to how they refer to their family or ex-partners. There's so many things that you can look at. Uh, typically, though, I feel like um, many of us, and I've done it, will give the person the benefit of the doubt, or we will make excuses for that person, or we will excuse their bad behavior. You know what I mean? But the trauma bond's real. That's very real. Yeah, it's a good book. I hope Sandy gets to read that. I'd like to read it too. I've heard about that book for a long time. Um, I mean, I've met people who were like, "I don't know what it is about this person, but they don't make me feel the way that, such and such felt, but they keep pursuing me. They keep pursuing me." And I'm like, "Okay, well, a person can pursue you, but if you don't feel like if you're not feeling the what you want to feel, but they're so persistent in the chase of getting you, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're meant to be with this person. Uh, and then they turn around and end up marrying the person because of the pursuit was so strong that they've never felt a pursuit like that in their lives. Well, they must really love me. And there could be a whole bag of dicks as in terms of why they're chasing you the way they're chasing you. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love. They want to dominate, they want to control, they want to, uh, you know, they want that supply, they want to move in. That whatever their end goal is, you will find out what it is. And then you'll find yourself completely dependent on them, and everything revolves around them. And then you lose yourself, and you're like, whoa, what happened? The things that you were once doing, you're not doing them anymore because everything revolves around them, you know? Oh, I love thrift books. I go on thrift books all the time, Malia. Everybody gets a book. It's like Oprah. Everybody, you get a book. You get a book. You get a book for Christmas. Everybody gets a book. And don't feel bad if you're at a certain age. Oh, I should have known that sooner. Or I should have known that when I was younger. I wasn't taught these things. I had to learn it. I didn't grow up and I was sat down and taught the warning signs or the red flags of relationships. I wasn't taught any of that. And and also, people that find themselves in abusive relationships, that doesn't mean they came from abusive families either. And so, uh you can't pigeonhole somebody with, "Oh, well, she was in an abusive relationship because she came from an abusive household." That doesn't even that's not even fact. So, you just don't know. You really don't know. And I think that yeah, I think this book should be given to teenage girls too. Because, not everybody you can't be nice to everyone. There's some people out there that will take that as, "Oh, well, she's flirting with me or she likes me." And they misinterpret it because you're friendly, because you're friendly. So that's why I'm a bitch to everyone now. I'm like, "Screw you." You know? That's why I'm just a huge bitch to everyone now. I'm kidding. And many abuse victims, go back to their abuser. I think, uh, what is it like? Abuse victims go back to their abuser like at least 7 times before they finally leave, you know, uh, because you're caught up in this cycle. It's a cycle. It's there's an actual domestic violence wheel and there's a pattern of abuse and it's a cycle. And we live for the good stuff. We live for that initial high that our abuser gave us in the beginning of the relationship, which is the love bombing phase. So we're always chasing that. We want that, you know? And oh, well, they're being mean to us, or they've said something stupid, or they hit me. They're not going to hit me again, they said. Weeks later, months later, they hit me again. But this time he says he's gonna change, and I'm not gonna say anything to my mom about it. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. And that's the first sign of danger. You cannot hide that stuff from anybody. Anybody. And unless you've been in an abusive situation, whether it was physical, mental, emotional, financial, you have no opinions about it whatsoever unless you've actually been in that situation. You cannot speak about something that you've never experienced. And that's why it pisses me off when people have these opinions. Oh, well, you should have gotten out when you had it. Well, you always talked about leaving, like as if it's don't start victim blaming and shaming the person, you know? But apparently, whatever took place with Kathleen Moore, and it's really, really sad, there was enough blood evidence to arrest her boyfriend. So, anyway, and with the Delphi, I can't really sure what's going on with that. It kind of feels contrived, like, why are you releasing this now? Almost nearly 5 years later. What is the point of releasing this now? Maybe they're taking another look at this fake profile. But why wasn't this brought up back in 2017? You know what I'm saying? The blood evidence apparently was found in the dumpster where he works because he threw away clothing. So let's see if there's any updates. They did release his mugshot. He has a beard. So Pasco County, Florida. Pasco County, Florida. Yeah, he's a big guy. Previous mugshots of him, he looked skinnier, but he's a big dude. Where's Pasco County, Florida? Pasco County. So it's on the west coast of Florida? Oh, I see. It's near Tampa, I guess. Okay. Newport Richie's like right next to the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, okay. So it must be like a beach town. Newport Richie's like right there on the Gulf of Mexico. Oh yeah. Um, hold on. I'm catching up with the comments. Let's see. Oh, the power and control wheel. Oh yeah, I already know what that looks like. I've I've seen that many times, but thank you. That's the wheel that I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, the Delphi case. Pasco is near Tampa. Pasco's near Tampa. I don't know if she lived. They were saying Largo, then they was talking about Newport Richie. I don't know where she exactly lived, where Kathleen Moore lived. I don't know. Yeah, the Delphi case is just really sad. It's unfortunate. For of course the families. I just think at this point, if it was my daughter, I would be really pissed off to see something like that being released to the public now. Like, why didn't you do that years ago? You know what I mean? Well, it's funny after you've dealt with certain types of abuse in relationships, you can really kind of spot it early on, not even with romantic relationships. Uh, you start to spot toxic things quickly, whether it's with coworkers, colleagues, workplaces, bosses, friendships, family ships. Like you recognize things a little easier than you did before. Crystal River. I hope Delphi gets solved. Um, there's a what are they called? Let me find them. There's a podcast called True Crime Garage, and they talk extensively about the Delphi murders, and they've done a three-part series called Under the Bridge, or is it a two-part series? True Crime Garage. If you guys want to check them out, I'll True Crime Garage. I'm trying to find their. And I've listened to their podcasts. Someone messaged me about that case and then turned me on to listening to their podcast. It was really good too. Um, they cover a lot of different if you're into listening just to, like, podcasts, they're actually really good. True Crime Garage. Anyway, yeah, check it out. Check it out. Oh, boy. So I started collecting, snowmen for Christmas this year because my aunt, she collects snowmen. She's been collecting them for, like, 60 years for Christmas, and so she posts pictures of them all every year. One of the snowmen she has a bunch of them. Anyway, she named I didn't know this. She named one of them after me years ago. I never even knew one of them was named after me. So I was at an antique, uh, like, indoor antique, like, indoor antique booths. You go to different people have different booths. Anyway, last weekend, and I saw this cute little snowman, so I bought him for $4. He's super cute. And I asked her to name him, and so she named him. But let me go get him and show him to you because he's adorable. Adorable. Hold on. Adorable. You ready? Look how cute he is. Look, he's really cute. Look, he's got a little ding, 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 ling, ling, ling. Anyway, he's got a little scarf. He's got a little sweater vest. He's got a little carrot nose. And watch this. I didn't know this when I bought him. He's got his little top hat on. Got something stuck to his hat. Anyway, his hat. Watch this. He moves. Look, he takes his hat off. He's like, "Top of the morning to you, Sandy." Isn't he cute? My first little snowman for Christmas. Do you like it? He's cute though. I like him. He's a snowman. Anyway, isn't he cute? Got a little sweater, his little sweater vest. All right, see you later. Thanks for coming on. Oh, he's back. He's back. Oh, he wants to say goodbye. All right. See ya. Isn't that funny? It's cute. So I'm starting my snowman collection this year. Frosty. Let me put him back where he sits. Ugh. Oh, you saw cute snowman decorations? Oh, oh, cool. We haven't put our tree up. I tried to put it up this weekend. What a busy weekend I had. Anyway, so we're gonna try to put up the tree this week. And I'm like, my daughter goes, "Mom, we have time, you know?" She's like, "It was the 5th." I'm like, "We didn't put the tree up." She's like, It's only December 5th. We have time. Like, okay. We haven't put our whittle tree. It's a whittle tree. It's whittle. Did you guys put up your tree yet? If you celebrate Christmas? Malia, you can Google me or run background check. I pass FBI checks. I love it. Uh, you can background check me too. I don't have a criminal record. I've never been arrested. Knock on wood. There's no dirt on me. Nothing. You will find no dirt. Probably the dirtiest thing you will find. What's probably the dirtiest thing you find? I might owe the collection company money, but that's about it. That's about it. Yours is up, no baubles this year, just lights, bows, and kids' decorations. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, I've had traffic tickets. I've had traffic tickets, but oh no, I do take that back. When I was 22 years old, I was living in Huntington and I had gotten a speeding ticket in Wayne. Was it Wayne, West Virginia, or Wildwood, or something with a W? In my red '88 Camaro, and I got this speeding ticket. I was 22, so this is back in the '90s. And so I paid it. I paid the ticket. Well, apparently the DMV didn't have record that I had paid it, or something screwy happened. So I was living in Huntington at the time, Huntington, West Virginia, and I'm driving down like the main street of Huntington, and I tapped a car in front of me. I hit their bumper at a stoplight. I mean, there was no damage at all, but they stopped and got out, and and maybe I did like they got a little dent in their bumper. I don't remember, but anyway, the cops came and they filed an accident report. I'm like, geez, really? Well, of course, I have valid driver's license, I had insurance, everything else. And the cop says to me, I'm 22. The cop says to me, well, it looks like you have an arrest record. I'm going to have arrest warrant. I'm going to have to arrest you. And I went, what? I'm like, I have an arrest warrant for what? Because you got a speeding ticket and didn't pay it. I said, oh, yes, I did pay it. And I had to find the receipt that I had paid the ticket. Well, he says it's not in our system that you paid it, so you have a warrant for your arrest. I'm 22 years old. Okay, I've never done anything wrong in my life. Um, and I refused. I was like, "Oh no, sir, I paid this ticket. This is wrong." So apparently I had an arrest warrant and they didn't arrest me. He said, "Well, if you can come down tomorrow and prove that you paid this ticket, blah blah." Blah. And I did. And yeah. So that's as close as I've been to being arrested or having a criminal record. That's a true story. Scared the shit out of me. Scared me to death. I was like, "What?" Yeah, true story. You Malia, you got arrested for shoplifting Guess jeans in the '90s? You did? Oh, no. Yeah, Guess jeans were super popular. Sandy wins the goody two shoes award. No judgment here, girl. Um, oh no, I've had close calls, I think, in my life where, I'm not ever done anything to where I, was breaking the law, but there were some moments where I should have probably second guessed myself. Maybe you shouldn't, get in the car and drive home after having 9 Long Island iced teas, stuff like that. And you know how you get home sometimes when you were younger and you're like, "Whew, man, I made it." You're just like, man. And I didn't drink and drive all the time, but there were a couple of moments where I should not have been driving. I will admit that. Yeah, that was not cool. No, 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 no. Back when I was in my 20s, we did a lot of partying, did a lot of drinking, went out all the time, and lived for it. We weren't married, none of us had kids, and we all worked and stuff, but we lived for it. And, you know, you just don't know. You got to be careful. You did, you got caught. You know those things that you see like on Facebook, like, have you ever, and then it's like by points. Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever shot a gun? Have you ever skinny dipped? Have you ever traveled outside the country? Have you ever had kids? Have you ever gotten married? And then you have like so many points you add up from these little poll things. Um, I should put one of them up in the community tab. I've skinny dipped too. You have to skinny dip at least once in your life. Can't get over how I drove my drunk 18-year-old husband to be home when I was 15 years old. See, these are stories I want to hear. So, Malia's been arrested for shoplifting. She's our Mystic Village criminal past. Sandy was driving her drunk 18-year-old husband home. I had a warrant for my arrest from having a car wreck, a speeding ticket that they claimed I didn't pay. Um, oh my lord, you got to work hard and play hard. Yeah, kept losing my safeguard soap in the lake though. Do they still make safeguard soap? Oh my god, I haven't seen that in years. I have not seen safeguard soap in years. Do they still sell that? Shut up. Safeguard. Oh my God, Sandy. Safeguard soap. I remember that soap. They do still sell it on Amazon. Oh, Rite Aid has it. Safeguard. All right, let's see. Let's see. Have you ever? Let's do some. Oh, they're called icebreaker ideas. Okay. Oh, they even have them for kids. Okay, so never have I ever dating edition. Okay, now let's find a good one here. God, there's so many options. Oh my God. Oh, there's too many. Okay. Never have I ever score 1 point for each. All right, gotten a tattoo. So this is never have I ever gotten a tattoo. So if you have a tattoo, you don't score 1 point. So never have I ever gotten a tattoo. Yeah, I have. Flown in a helicopter. I don't think I've ever been in a helicopter. Okay, one. Broken a bone. Two. Missed a flight. No. Had a car accident. Yes. Been arrested. No. Had my body pierced. Yes. Appeared on TV. Yes. Been in an ambulance. No. Given birth. Yes. Lived overseas. No. Oh, wait. Am I doing this backwards? I think I'm doing this backwards. I think I'm doing this backwards. Oh, jeez, please. Um, what is okay, hold on. 1979. Safeguard soap was so popular back in the day. Oh my lord. You were arrested in college for drinking at a frat party because I was flirting with the undercover cop at the bar the entire night, but it was dismissed. Malia, that's hilarious. I'm surprised I was never arrested for underage drinking. Had fake IDs and everything. I don't know who this person is. Undercover showed up at court and asked my attorney for my number. Oh my God. He took your grandma's 1963 Buick Electra out with him and our friends. Upon putting it in garage, I scraped it bad. My brother was 23 and knew a body expert. We got it fixed before mom saw it. Oh my lord, that's hilarious. Okay, I think I did that poll backwards. So you score 1 point for each one you've never done. Okay, let's start over. Gotten a tattoo, flown in a helicopter, one. Broken a bone. Oh, I was doing it right. Broken a bone, missed a flight, been arrested, been in an ambulance, lived overseas, been on a cruise ship. I hate cruise ships. I'll never get on one. Been bungee jumping. Oh, hell no. Gotten married. I've never been married. Been in handcuffs. That's 10. All right, I have 10 now. Had a close brush with death. No. Fallen asleep at the cinema. I've done that. Been skydiving. No. Run a red light. Oh, I have run a red light. Peed in public. I've done that. Ridden a roller coaster. Skipped school. Did that. Been to Disneyland. I've done that. Held a snake. All right, I have 13. I'm gonna post this on the community tab because it's too funny. And let's see how many people get. Let's see how many people get. Never have I ever. So, never have I ever score 1 point for each. Never have I ever gotten a tattoo. I don't think I've ever flown in a helicopter, although I feel like I have, but I don't think I ever have. I feel like I have, but I don't think I ever have. Oh my gosh. Used to skip school and go to Disney because tickets were like $5, then smoked weed on the People Mover and the Skylift rides. Man, that must have been a lot of fun. Oh my god, Sandy says, "Now I'm seeing I wasn't a goody two-shoes, I just didn't get caught." Right? Maybe in a past life you flew in a helicopter. Maybe I did. I feel like I have, but I don't remember if I did. I just hid whoever that is posting whatever they're posting. Thank you to my mods. Thank you for hiding whatever they're saying. Um, who's smoking without me? Bad girl. We're bad girls. Bad girl. Talking about bad girls. Beep beep. Uh-huh. Bad girls. Talking about bad girls. Anyway, let me go heat up my coffee real quick. It got cold. I've been on here for an hour already. Tim's a bad girl. You know he is. Bad girl. Talking about sad girls.